Welcome to my channel, A Woman in Physics, and welcome to a new little series called Looking Up. And the meaning is exactly this, because when you look up, there's so much fascinating stuff you might be able to see. Now, I'm not an expert in astrophysics, by no means, but I actually like looking up at the sky above us. There's so much. Lunar eclipses, solar eclipses, shooting stars, and much, much more. And in this series, I will always try to introduce an event that's coming. May it be an eclipse, may it be some special shooting stars that you might be able to see. Mostly I will focus on stuff that you might be able to see without special equipment. And in this very first episode, I will focus on something that's going to happen within the next days. And let's just say a special shooting star is coming. So let's have a look what's waiting for us. So this first meteor shower is the Draconid meteor outburst. It can be seen every year from October the 6th to the 10th. Then the Earth crosses the orbit of the comet 21P, Giacobini-Zinner, the fragments of which burn up as shooting stars in our atmosphere. The odds are usually particularly good on October the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. And in the second half of October, the Draconids go over into another meteor shower, the Orionids. But let's stay with the Draconids, right? Now, the most important point when we talk about such events is from where on Earth is it visible? Basically, the Draconids are visible all over the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, these shooting stars are generally difficult to see, with the exception of areas just south of the equator. The second most important point is, where do I have to look into the sky? To that I have prepared a couple of images to give you a good idea. The radiant, that is the point in the sky from whose direction the shooting stars seem to come, lies in the constellation of Dragon. Here in the image with German labels it says Drache, which is the German word for dragon. Now, most shooting stars that you might catch come from the direction of the two brightest stars in the constellation, Etamine, also called Eltanin, and Alvaid, also called Rastaban, which form the dragon's head. So the meteor shower owes its name simply to this very fact, because it comes from the Latin Draco, the dragon. In the upper left of the images, you can see directly where to look and how good the seeing is. And since it is in German, let's go through it together for all non-German speakers. The first value gives the vertical angle above horizon. In German it's called Vertikalwinkel. It starts here at approximately 81 degrees, so it's very high in the sky. The second value gives you the direction on Earth with an angle starting at the North Pole and going clockwise. In addition, you can see those letters W and W, which means west, north, west. And the seeing is very bad. But when you look at the bottom of the image, you can spot the time. It is 6:30 p.m., so it's still very early. Of course, the exact direction and time depends on your localization on Earth. This image is for Berlin, so for Central Europe basically. But if you're living in Japan or in the States, but even within Europe, it matters whether you're living in Italy or in Sweden. Yes, the time and the direction will be more or less different. But don't be afraid. As long as you can find the constellation Dragon, and in particular its head, you'll be fine for that very night. Now, as the night progresses, the seeing gets better and better, very fast, as the constellation Dragon seems to move slowly through the sky. The great thing is that in contrast to other meteor showers, the Draconids are already clearly visible shortly after sunset, as their radiant is then already quite high in the sky. And you can see that the seeing will remain perfect for quite a while. Of course, only as long as there are no clouds in the sky. As the new day comes, the constellation gets closer to the horizon, and it is more in the direction of northwest, but the seeing will remain very good for hours to come. Only when the dawn gets closer and the dragon's head is in the north, the seeing will get slowly worse. All in all, the perfect time to watch is the night between the 8th and the 9th of October in this year. But don't let this keep you from looking up during the nights before and after that. So I hope that the weather will be right, that you might be able to actually see what's coming. And with this, I hope that you enjoyed watching this short video, and I hope to see you soon for another one.